Hello dear students, so welcome you all. Today we are going to discuss what are web browsers, browser settings, and then we will be discussing add-ons and plugins. And then finally we will discuss last but not the least, cookies. So let's get started without much delay. So first thing first, we are going to see what are browsers. Everybody knows what are browsers and nowadays everybody uses them. So, browser is a computer program with a graphical user interface for displaying and navigating between web pages. So, if you want to search or if you want to find any information on the internet, first of all, the software which you need is a browser. Now, on your screen, you can see some of the very popular browsers. Here we have Google Chrome, then we have a Mozilla Firefox. So these are the open source web browsers, and then we have a Safari, Opera, and Internet Explorer. Now, Internet Explorer is replaced by Edge. So if you are using Windows 10, you will be most probably using Edge instead of Internet Explorer. And if you are using an older version of a Windows, then you must be witnessing Internet Explorer. Okay, so the most popular, obviously, it's Google Chrome, our favorite. Now, how to work with the browser? That's easy. You just have to click on your browser, double click on your browser on Windows, or from the start menu, you can simply click on one icon, that is Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Edge, and then you will find a browser window. Now I have opened the browser. Now you can see I'm having a address bar. This is called a title bar, or we can have a multiple tabs, right? So what we are going to do, I'm going to simply type our school website BCJ. It gives me a smart suggestion. Just if I hit enter, it will take me to the website. Okay, now internet is not working, so you can see still general BC2C APS. And if I go to the hosting Raja, I can go to the hosting Raja. Okay, so the I can have a multiple tabs by simply adding it. Now what else we can do with this, uh, that is, for example, if I have deleted this or closed the tab and I want to reopen it again, then software a key combination that can help you out is Control Shift T. This will open your previously closed task. If you keep on pressing Control Shift T, it will keep on opening all these tabs you have previously opened. Okay, and to close the tab, you just have to press Control F4 to close the tab. Okay, to create a new tab, you just have to press Control T, so it will create a new tab. Okay, that's pretty easy. Okay, and whatever address you whatever if you want to go to some website, you simply have to write the website name. And if you want to save some pages, you simply need to press Ctrl S. This will give you a save pages. Now here we have a save as type, save complete page, or you can simply save only HTML in it, or web page in a single file also, right? So these are your options for saving. If you want to print a page, you just have to click on Control P, or you can go to the menu and then go and print this page. Okay, you can see here are the many options in which there is a print. Okay, now so this is a normal menu which can be used with the browser. Now let us discuss our next topic, that is some browser settings. So on your screen you can see some of the browser settings which are available in Google Chrome, and almost many options are similar in Safari or Google Chrome and Firefox. So we are going to discuss popular browser, that is Chrome. Let's head toward our browser and open the tab. Okay, from where I have reached here, it is really simple. Just click on these three dots and then go to the settings and you will be jumped to this window. Okay, so the first thing first is autofill. Okay, autofill can be configured by simply clicking on autofill menu, and then you can set the autofill for the password. And if you click on this password, you will see many passwords which we have used in this browser and saved. Okay, for example, codeproject.com, I have used username called ravindersingson@gmail.com, and there is a password also that is stored. If you want to retrieve this password or see this password, you simply have to go to this I button, click on it, then you can have your system password, then click on OK, and this will reveal your password and you can use it or you can save it somewhere else. Okay, and if you want to delete it, you can simply remove. Okay, and if you want to detail when it is used, just click on it, you can see this. Okay, now I think this is a pretty simple. Let's click on this payment modes. If you want to store, you can store it, just click on it. Now it will give you options: save and fill payment methods, true or not. If you just click on it, it will act as a toggle button. So if you this must be off for our public systems. Okay, allow sites to check if you have payment method saved, yes or not. Obviously you can choose your preference, right? And if you want to add some methods, you can simply click on add, and this will add a method so that it can be utilized. This is a very handy features if you are using your personal computer, but these settings should be kept off for a publicly used system. Right, now the next is safety check. Now safety check is here. You can see first option is clear browser data, so it will clear your history, cookies, cache, and many more. If you click on this, this is really important settings, right? So now you can see basic. Okay, all time, you can click on these settings. If you want to delete your browser history for 24 hours, previous 24 hours, 7 days, 4 weeks, or all the times, you can set it. And you can also set whether to delete browser history, whether to delete cookies and other sites, or you can use cached images in file. And these are the things you should be deleting. Okay, now why Chrome is faster? Because it caches frequently used images. It do not go to internet, or it do not downloads images every time, right? It stores in your computer memory and utilizes those images for later use, and this will give you a faster experience, right? But if you are running short of the space, you can always clear this data, right? And you have the advanced settings. Here you can see number of things. You can delete the password, you can delete the autofill data and settings, and any other things. You can go through the list, right? I'm not going to change anything in this computer. So you can see other things are also there, like cookies and others data sites. Now what are cookies? Cookies are the small piece of information that is stored in a form of a file in a client's machine, so that preferences can be viewed in successive sessions, so that browser, what we can say, that information can be passed from one page to another, because HTTP is a stateless protocol. And if users, or actually you can say server, serves the page and forgets about the client and its state, to remember that state, browser cookies can be utilized, right? So they are the very various settings related to cookies. You can check it out, right? So this is how you can set the settings, right? Now here is another tab, appearance. Now you can see the first is the first page. When you open a browser, you can set to a new tab, or you can choose a new web page. For example, if I open this web browser, especially Google Chrome, it will always open a www.google.com. If you want to change it, you can simply go ahead and change this to any other website, like for example yahoo.com or bing.com or anything else. Here is a font size. I have medium. You can use small, very small, very small, small, medium, large, very large, depending upon your preferences, your likes. Customize font. This will by default it is set by the websites, but if it is not set, then it will use a default font like this. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything here. And you can see on startup, open a new tab or continue where you left off, or open a specific page or a set of pages. Okay, these can be set according to your needs. For example, if you are working on a company and you work for in a specific website, you can set these preferences. Right now, here is a search engine preference. You can see you can change a default browser setting. Now it is Google Chrome. By default you can change it. Okay, you can see here is a Google, or you can see various preferences are given. You can use any of them, right? And you can set the manage, you can set the various search engine as well. You can see these are the search engines, and if you want to add, you can add it from here also. Okay, so it is up to you which search engine you prefer. You can specify here, but for me these all are fine. Okay, and this settings we have already shown to you. And there are another settings. You can see language, download, printing, accessibility, other things. These are also can be, these can also be set. You can see if you want to change the language, this is the basic set language setting page. Now here you can choose of your choice. If you want to choose a Hindi, then you can simply click on this toggle button. Okay, and here is a download. Some people are really worried, they are filling here their primary drive. If you want to change it, you can simply go to the downloads and then just click on this change, and you can choose a folder of your choice. Right, I think this is a pretty simple. And now the next is a printer. Now you can see, you can, if you want to set the printer, you can set the printers, right? And I'm not going to touch this accessibility. These are not for you, these are for the handicapped peoples, so that they can have accessibility features. This is a system setting tab. Here there is a very important settings that is called a continue running background app when Google Chrome is closed. Many times you will feel your system is hanging or is sluggish because of this setting is turned down even your Google Chrome is closed. And if you open a taskbar, you will see many Google Chrome instances will be running, and if you click on this setting and turn it off, then this problem will be removed from your system, or you can save some processing time and by stopping background applications that are used by Google Chrome, right? So these are simple settings of a very common browser called Google Chrome. That's all in our settings. Then let us move to our next topic, that is our commonly used browser. We have already done it, and now it is cookies. Okay, so cookies are the small files which are stored on a user computers. They are designed to hold a modest amount of our data specific to a particular client and website, and can be accessed either by the web browser, web server, or the client computer. So to have a better user experience, or to know about the user, website generally stores small piece of our data so that it can recognize the user and load and serve the page according to the user preferences, right? But these are really dangerous and generally have security concerns. Now if you say who can access the cookies, when a cookie is created, it is possible to control its visibility, and it will be done by your web developer, right? It will then be accessed by any URL belonging to that root. For example, the root could be set to, let's say, bcjapsnet.in, and the cookies would be available for all the website, all the web pages within this domain, right? This might be used to allow related pages to communicate with each other. It is possible to set the root domain to top level domains such as .com or .co.uk, or co.in or in, all the token domain names, since this would allow widespread access to the cookies that is not advisable. By default, cookies are visible to all paths in their domain, but at the time of creation, they can be restricted to given subpaths. And even when we create a cookie, we can set the time when it will be expired. By default, it is a time period till the browser window is open. If you close the browser window, then by default cookies are destroyed then and there. But there can be, user can set the time period for, let's say, for year, for 1 day, for week, for anything. Now, when we are talking about the security concerns of cookies, they are very vulnerable. Means, if you store a very, you can, sensitive information, it can be accessed by any application. So there is a lot of concern about privacy and security on the internet. Cookies do not in themselves present a threat to privacy, since they can only be used to store information that the user has volunteered or that the web server already has. But some website also store your username and password, and this, for many people, are storing these common username and password in multiple sites. So this is a concern, right? There is another term called tracking cookies. So what are these tracking cookies? Some commercial websites include embedded advertising material. You have seen, for example, if you have searched something in Amazon, then if you go to different sites, they will be showing all the advertisement related to that search. So that uses a tracing cookies. Okay. Now, cookie can be a first party or third party. Okay. Now, what is the difference between? So first thing first, first party cookies. These are the cookies that store your own login ID, passwords, autofill information, etc. For some websites that you frequently visited. Just we have seen how my browser stores username and password. And then the third party cookies. These are the cookies that websites store to know about your search history and web browsing history, so as to place advertisement as per your interest, right? So this is the difference between first party and the third party cookies. Now another type of cookie we have, that is called a super cookie. Okay. Now what are super cookies? Super cookies are also cookies, but these are persistent cookies. They come back even after you delete them. Super cookies store cookies data in multiple places, for example in flash cookies, Silverlight storage, your web browsing history, and HTML5 local storage, etc. So these are really dangerous. Okay. And when a website notices that you have deleted a part of the super cookie, the information is repopulated from the other location. For example, you might clear your browsing cookies and note your not your flash cookies, so the website will copy the value of the flash cookies to your browser cookies. Okay, so that's why they are called the super cookies, because their information can be restored from other locations. So I think that's what we have today. And goodbye. See you for today.